Celebrities are merely human, and it sometimes feels like they're out to prove it. They continue to amaze us with incredible performances, dazzling us with amazing athleticism, and generally provide us with something to strive for until they're caught in compromising scenarios and our entire picture of them crumbles. Here are 10 times celebrities have cheated on their partners. Number 1. Ethan Hawke. There were hints of problems almost as soon as Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman married in 1998, because Uma had long had a close working relationship with Quentin Tarantino, and the two had co-created the Kill Bill series. Ethan appears to have had a strained relationship with his close pal while filming his masterwork, Pulp Fiction. All it needed was some rumors that the two were messing around behind his back for him to start messing around himself. Uma filed for divorce in 2004 amid accusations that she had caught him sleeping with the couple's babysitter, Ryan Shawn Hughes. In an interview with a U.S. publication, Ethan admitted that he had never directly admitted to infidelity. Number 2. Kristen Stewart. In the end, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson's romance was like a fairy tale, literally, as the two lovebirds portrayed the leads in the Twilight film series. Fans loved following every detail of Robson's relationship, but it all came crashing down in 2012 when photos of Kristen candling with director Rupert Sanders, who happened to be married. Kristen instantly apologized to Robert, who had been her lover for 3 years on the set of Snow White and the Huntsman. The couple reformed, but in 2013, they broke up for good, leaving fans heartbroken once more. Number 3. Tiger Woods. Since storming the golf world in 1997, he appeared to have it all. He was largely regarded as one of the greatest players in the game's history. He married Alina Grimm, a stunning Swedish bikini model, in 2004. The couple bought a $39 million Florida estate in 2006 and welcomed their first child in 2007. However, shortly after the birth of their second child in 2009, all hell broke loose. As word of the affair spread through the media, more women came forward, and within days, more than a dozen of Tiger's prior mistresses had publicly exposed him as a serial cheater. With one report showing that Tiger's ad revenue was dwindling, all of Tiger's sponsorship arrangements dried up in an instant. Number 4. Hank Baskett. Kendra Wilkinson, a former Playboy playmate and reality personality, was married to former Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Hank Baskett. They appeared to be the perfect couple until 2014, when it was revealed that Hank had had a sexual encounter with transgender model and YouTube celebrity Ava Sabrina London. Kendra kicked Hank out of their home and even tossed her wedding ring down the toilet during the first media frenzy surrounding the incident. But Hank eventually came clean in a way that only a reality star's husband can, with a heartbreaking confession on the reality series Marriage Boot Camp. He stated he approached a couple smoking marijuana in a parking lot and asked if he might buy any, but when he arrived the model had come to the door naked and making out with another transgender woman. Number 5. Kobe Bryant. The fact that the woman he cheated with was allegedly unwilling made the situation far worse. While the specific facts of what transpired that night are still unknown, this much is sure during a 2003 visit at the motel in Eagle, Colorado. According to court filings, Bryant had sexual contact with a 19-year-old hotel employee. Bryant choked the young woman and physically blocked her exit from the room. Bryant claims that the sex was completely consensual and that he has no recollection of the hard stuff that the accuser claims happened. Fortunately for Bryant, who was facing a bleak future, he was able to find a way out. The case was never tried because it was resolved out of court. He apologized for his behavior in a statement to the victim, her family, and supporters, as well as the city of Eagle. He gave his wife Vanessa a $4 million 8-carat purple diamond ring as an apology, which may explain why they are stuck married until his demise. Number 6. Bill Clinton. He is the second president of the United States to be impeached. However, he was neither convicted or removed from office as a result of the impeachment. His crime of oral sex in the Oval Office with a teenage intern named Monica Lewinsky didn't assist his case when he publicly stated on national television that he had never had sex with her in any manner, shape, or form. Later, in front of Judge Judy, he was forced to backtrack on that statement, admitting that he had an inappropriate physical relationship with the 22-year-old as a result of evidence such as a ruined blue dress made by Lewinsky's coworker Linda Tripp. She was charged. Despite the fact that Bill was allowed to complete his tertiary sentence, his marriage to Hillary Clinton survived his vice president. Algora has since suggested that the scandal was a drag on the Democratic Party that may have cost him the 2000 election, which he lost to George W. Bush. Number 7. Larry King. On his venerable CNN show, Larry King has been the king of the hard-hitting talk show for decades. Larry King Live has faced off against everyone from Marlon Brando to Lady Gaga, and he's been here with us. We saw the fall of the Berlin Wall and O.J. Simpson's iconic white Bronco pursuit. But it wasn't long before the news cycle caught up with him. It wasn't a pretty sight. Larry had been through 7 divorces before marrying Shawn Southwick in 1997. But after 13 years of marriage, Shawn filed for divorce in 2010 because she supposedly believed Larry had been having an affair with her younger sister Shannon and Jen, a stunning model and actress. Shannon rejected the charges, and Larry stated as late as 2015 that while he had flirted with Shannon intensely, nothing physical had ever happened. But you'll never get Shawn to believe it, especially given the hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake. Number 8. Gary Hart. The Democrat had narrowly lost the 1984 presidential nomination to Walter Mondale, and he was widely regarded as the frontrunner in 1988 before suffering one of the strangest self-inflicted wounds in political history. The press had long been aware of rumors of Hart's indiscretions, which had dogged him throughout his young campaign. In May of 1987, reporters from the Miami Herald, acting on an anonymous tip, photographed him meeting with a young woman named Donna Rice at his Washington, D.C. townhouse where she allegedly spent the night. The next day, Gary denied claims of womanizing in an interview with the New York Post, saying, "Follow me around. I don't care. I'm serious. If anybody wants to put a tail on me, go ahead." Number 9. Woody Allen. Between 1980 and 1992, he was at the center of possibly the most heinous celebrity infidelity scandal ever. He had an on-again, off-again romance with actress Mia Farrow, and while the two never married or lived together, they were very close and even adopted 2 children together. Mia discovered nude photos of her 22-year-old daughter Pravin, whom she had adopted during her previous marriage to composer Andre Pravin, when visiting Woody's apartment. Mia broke their relationship after Woody acknowledged to having an affair under Stanley's wrath, but things only got weirder from there. Soon moved into Woody's apartment. After some time, these two got married and lived together up to date. Number 10. Jude Law. Jude Law and Sienna Miller met on the set of the film Alfie in 2004 and were engaged by Christmas Day of that year, but they never got around to marrying because the infidelity came thick and fast. Jude issued a public apology to his fiancée only 7 months after their engagement when she caught him in bed with the couple's nanny, which seems to be a common topic among Hollywood celebrities. During that decade, the couple attempted to move through the tragedy, but things didn't go as planned. Sienna was having an affair with Daniel Craig, the future James Bond, whom she met on the set of the 2004 film Layer Cake, only 2 months later. The couple split before too long, but amazingly they gave it another shot in 2009. Not so amazingly, it didn't last. They broke up for good in 2011. It's really funny how I used to think that celebrities were perfect. I mean, when I was young. I thought that these are people who will never be caught in some scandals. But it turns out that no matter how they try to hide someone, and if not someone, a camera will always locate them doing some things that we cannot imagine. Thank you very much for taking the time to look at my video. For the time being, that's all I have to say. Let me know anything you believe I missed on my list. Meanwhile, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and switch on the post notification to keep up with the latest videos.